Everyone watching, welcome back. I'm your everyday speedrunner, and I'm joined by the Scottish champion Lonne.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired. I've had a very long day of travel, but I'm ready to go.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
Are you liking the event so far? You also arrived today?
Yeah. I arrived about noon-ish.
About noon-ish.
I'm having a good time though. I got to see all my friends that I've met here, or I've known that are here. So it's always nice to see them again because it's been a while.
It's indeed nice to see some people after a while again. And
Isn't it just?
you'll be running something later today, right?
Yes, indeed. I am running Persona 1, or as it's officially called, Shin Megami Tensei Persona.
All right. What type of game are we talking about here?
Well, this game, as people might be familiar with Persona as a franchise, especially with the likes of the newest games, Persona 5 and that.
I know it from Smash Bros. Does that count?
That's good enough, right? Well, the newer games are more like kind of just JRPGs with like very long stories and calendars and being able to sort of plan your day around doing things. This one in particular, it was very much a classic dungeon crawler. So it plays more like your 90s sort of dungeon crawler. That would be because it is.
All right, and I'm hearing like JRPG elements in this, dungeon crawlers.
Yes.
To me, that kind of screams RNG.
Yes, absolutely.
So how? Let's start at the beginning. What's the category called?
Well, I'm going to be running CBEC, which is the main category of the game. There's two categories in the game. There's CBEC and there's Snow Queen Quest. Basically, how it works is there's two routes you can participate in this game. You go through the intro, and then you're given a choice as to which route you want to take. And CBEC is like the main sort of canon route, so that's the one we focus on.
All right, and quick story synopsis, 2-3 sentences. All things you won't be able to talk about. What's happening in the story?
Demons invade world. Students gain power of Persona, which is basically magic. Save the world. That's 3 sentences, right?
Good enough.
Good enough. I can do a better, proper sort of explanation during the run, no doubt, because I'll have plenty of time for that.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time, indeed.
All right. So, what draws you to run a game like this?
For me, it was mainly because I wanted to speedrun a Mega 10 game, which is what the series everything encompasses.
Hold on, Mega 10?
Yes, it's the shorthand form for Megami Tensei. It's the banner that basically the whole franchise is under. So you've got Megami Tensei, and it's got SMT underneath it. It's got Persona as like a sub-series. It's a very big, like all-encompassing brand, basically.
Okay. I think I got you. So, this game.
Yes.
What draws you to it?
Well, honestly, it was mainly because it was a lot shorter than the other games, the other Persona games. I wanted to run a Persona game, and it was a lot shorter than the others. I'm not sure if you will have been familiar with that, but the speedruns for the newer Persona games are closer to like 8-10 hours at least.
I have heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard that Persona 4 is 13 hours on any percent.
I believe the PlayStation 2 version is. I believe with the PC version of Golden, the hard true ending is more like 8-9 hours-ish. But still very long.
It's still a hefty run.
Yes.
Especially hearing that someone who runs like 20-30 minute categories.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think like they see like 2+ hours as being really long, whereas I'm at the point now where like running a 4-hour RPG is like just a normal day.
I'll believe you on that. Big kudos on you. I don't see myself doing that.
Yeah, it's a very much an endurance thing.
Very much.
Like, obviously, there's being able to execute everything, of course, as with any game. But one of the sort of factors that really determines being, I guess, good at it is just being able to endure it all, for the most part. And that just comes by doing it, really. I remember my first couple of runs. I'm not going to say they sucked, but like it was a struggle, right? Just because it took so long to get done. But then nowadays, I'm like, I'm used to it.
To get a little bit more towards the run side of it all, how glitch heavy or RNG heavy are we talking about? Here?
Glitches, technically none. We do an RNG manipulation in the first 20 minutes of the game. I guess that's like the only real glitch we do. And that basically sets us up for the whole run. I'll definitely do a lot more explanation when I actually do the run. But basically, we're setting up the game, or setting up the character so that they can do a bunch of damage.
All right, that sounds like something you will be explaining
absolutely.
during the run.
Absolutely. I'll cover more in sort of proper depth during the run. So be tuned. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that.
And then in terms of RNG, the answer is yes.
Oh, it's going to be one of those.
It's a 90s dungeon crawler. I don't know how to describe it other than the encounter rate sucks.
Oh, so it can go both ways, I assume?
The encounter rate is notoriously high.
Ooh, I'm already looking forward to the suffering.
Oh, yeah. The encounters themselves, especially with how powerful we become in the run, they're easy. Yeah? It's not like they're a struggle. The struggle is just how many you get. It's just like constantly running into them. You know, that's where the difficulty from the RNG comes, is more from how many you get, not necessarily the encounters themselves, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. So you said the glitches, basically none. None if we're not counting RNG manipulation.
Yeah, it's more clever use of game mechanics rather than glitches. Being a 90s game, a lot of stuff goes unexplained. Or maybe not unexplained, but poorly explained.
Yeah.
So we take advantage of some of the poorly or not really explained sort of secret mechanics, I guess you could call them secret mechanics, to sort of make ourselves really powerful.
And so that sounds very interesting and definitely something I'll be keeping an eye on during your run. So you said basically no glitches.
For the most part, yeah.
If there are any people out there watching like, oh, I'm a pretty good glitch hunter, I think I could break this game wide open. What's something you would like to see, or you as a community would like to see? What would be the holy grail of a new strat or skip or glitch or manip?
Ooh, that's a good question. We're still trying to figure out, because we have to do, it's like 5 manips throughout the whole game. The only real important one's the first one. The other ones are more convenience, really, rather than necessary. They're more just, it's faster to do them rather than mandatory to do them. Like the first one is mandatory to do. Easier setups for some of those have easy enough setups. So maybe the manips that we're still missing has easy setups for them, because the game basically resets the seed every time you reset the game. So it's a case of finding the right starting seed, which is very dependent on where you save the game, the moon phase. A lot of this I will explain later on, so I'll just sort of be brief about it. But yeah, like moon phase, where you save the game, the actions you do in battle all influence the RNG. So it's a case of finding the right combination. The other thing that would be really nice is finding a way to effectively, I guess, gain more XP than is necessary, or like being able to skip the grind effectively. Not that we do much grinding in the game. We get plenty of XP through all the random encounters and the bosses, that it's not really a big deal. But one thing that's definitely missing is all the XP goes to the main character, obviously, right? We don't really care about the rest of the party members, which for the most part is fine. But we have a skill that basically, it's like Repel in Pokemon, where like, depending on what level you are, you basically remove a bunch of random encounters from the game for a certain period of time. The problem with that is it's average party level. So you can imagine if you, like the main character is like level 50 and the rest of your party is level 20, it just doesn't work. So if we could figure out a way to maybe get all the party level or party members to higher levels, or just having it work without really having to take into account average party members, would be super helpful. Because if we can skip all the random encounters, you'd easily cut the game down in easily like 45 minutes to an hour at least.
And at least does sound like a holy grail to me.
It would be. It absolutely would. It would make the run so much easier and less, because some encounters, I'm not going to say they're hard, but they can be dangerous. They can be finicky, right? So it would remove all of that. It would make the game a lot easier to play. So I wouldn't mind.
Well, with that being said, I think we're also all set up for our next run. Thank you so much for enlightening us on this run. This is a game I've only heard about in passing,
Yeah.
so now I know this is something I want to watch. So
Yes, indeed. You should definitely watch. It's going to be a great time. I've got my couch ready as well. We're all going to have a blast, and you should too.
All right, good to hear that. And with that, I'm gonna pass it back over to our lovely host, if he's paying attention.
They're over there somewhere, right?
He's paying attention somewhere over there.
got this,
Thank you
right?
very much, and good luck on the run.
Yes.
Bless RNG and everything.
Oh, yeah, we're going to need it.
And we'll see you all later.
Thank you.